y'all. So recently, Barbie Basset, a news anchor of WLBT, I think, was fired because she said for shizzle my nizzle on air. And this how it went.
Snoop and Martha Stewart
had a collaboration.
He ought to have a collaboration with Julie. No telling what Snoop Dogg and Julie Leavenworth could come up with.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, we know it. She'd have a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder.
For shizzle and nizzle.
I'm telling you. Julie, what you think about that?
Julie knows she finna get that girl finna get fired over there.
Really, it wasn't because she said the phrase that she got fired. The reason they fired her because she sounded a little too Paula Deenish with that twang on there. They even had the same pink shirt on. Y'all remember Paula Dean in that deposition? I've said before, but it's always been in a nice way. So when they heard that,
For shizzle and nizzle.
they released her like a hot potato. Huh? Get some of that black African soap and wipe the racism off my ass. Come on, wipe it. Paula Dean hasn't worked since 2012. But I'm gonna tell you this, like we laughing and joking and it's all good, but this was something as a black person, if you was in the room, you might not have wigged out, but you would have been like, okay, grandma, like, chill out. We started off, get on a good note, drinking coffee and kicking it today. Please don't quote no more rap lyrics. I don't want to have to, you know what I'm saying, get loose in here. But what I'm saying is that it was, in that case, it's kind of innocent, right? You would think. But then you go back to another time where she said something along the same lines.
Carmen, girl, sis.
Right off the rip, we off to a bad start.
You need to go swing by the Kroger's, get you a chocolate pie.
A chocolate.
Well, pecan pie would be just fine. And you need to go offering it to some of those guys working behind you.
Get the scoop.
And see if you can get the scoop from one of those for return. I know your mother or your grandmammy has got some type of recipe that you could whip up, don't you think?
And so after seeing this grandmammy comment, it made me think that, you know what, this one of them type of white folks who it ain't just innocence. Cause see, she from Mississippi. She down south. So you know them white folks down south is different. They got that twang on there like Paula Dean and all that. They done said a few things in their lifetime before. That is what it is. Now I don't know. These are only two instances as far as I know. But what I'm saying is that you done encounter somebody who keep having little innocent instances where they saying little racist comments and it's supposed to be kind of played like, oh, it's playful. But then after about 3-4 of them, you be like, hey, my man, like, look, I don't know where you come from, but but this little dance we doing, I don't know if you know what you're doing, but I'm going to tell you now, stop it, though. I don't want to have to punch you in the gut or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that our friendship remains where it is right now. Because right now I'm going to look at it like it's innocence and you just don't know no better. But it's starting to feel like you do know better and you want to see how far you can get with it. And that's the difference in this situation where you have to wonder what side of the fence is these type of people that do these type of things playing on. And I'm going to leave it up to y'all as far as figuring out whether you think she should be fired or not fired or this, that, and that. Because look, it's a lot of words that one minute they cool, next minute they cancel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real, it may make my head hurt sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When you got all these things that everybody getting mad that you can't say, and can say, and this, that, and other. But what I am going to tell you, though, is that as far as black folk, we are on the bottom of that list as far as people who get results when stuff like this happens. So I'm just going to say, when somebody say something about black folk, that maybe might get fired or have some consequences, I don't always be that mad. I do believe in free speech and this, that, but I'm just saying because normally we don't get results as black folk. When we know every other community that you can come up with in history gets better results than us. As far as when they're offended and this, all this other type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We saw Joe Biden as soon as the first thing he got into office, he made a law for the Asians, right? Stop Asian hate. When it was like an epidemic of black folk getting shot in the street by police officers. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not a fan of all the, the sensitiveness of everything, But I am going to say, white folk, Snoop didn't tell you. I remember, it's another video. I'm going to show you this. Where Snoop was telling Martha Stewart some good words that she used to learn as far as the hip-hop community goes. He taught her for shizzle. He didn't put the my nizzle on the end of that, okay? He stopped at the full shizzle.
Now, for shizzle means, you know, in your words, you might say, hey, for sure. But now you can say, for shizzle.
Okay.
Okay, now, when you want to...
So that should let you know, white folk, don't get to adding stuff to the pot. Don't do the my nizzle on the end of that. I know you said when you had the crib. You know what I'm saying? I know you do. But I'm just saying, don't be disrespectful, man. Because it's certain things that we all say in the privacy of our homes, especially now today, that you know what, when you get out in public or when you get in front of certain people, you know, you like, you know what, I'm just going to be a little more careful in how I speak. And this ain't coming from a hateful person at all. Like, you dig what I'm saying? Love everybody. But I'm just saying, we all know that there's certain things appropriate to say. Just listen, we ain't even talking about race. Just talking about with your kids, right? You know your kids got the truth teller serum on them or something. They just feel like they just supposed to say any and everything they can say around whoever. So kids get to telling people they fat, telling people why the back of your neck look like that, all of that. You got the little Nestle Crunchies on the back of your kids, just let it fly. And you had to tell, hey, look here, baby. Like, I know it's the truth. And the Nestle Crunchies on the back of that neck. But you do, you are not going to say that no more. I don't even want to tell you what a lot of parents will say they will do to their kids if they say something else like that out in public. Because y'all be want to get too soft and sensitive about all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have to act like it don't exist. I don't know what would happen to a child if they said something about the Nestle Crunch on the back of somebody's neck and they wasn't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I know when I was little, you might catch a backhand or something. You know what I'm saying? You're talking too slick. So I'm just saying with that, we know certain type of things that should be said and shouldn't be said. I'm going to leave it up to y'all as far as figuring out whether this should be a canceling situation or this, that, and the other. You know, it is what it is. You tell me what you think. I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you what though. The first clip was a bit more innocent than the second one. I'm gonna tell you this though. What it felt like is that when she said this, it was just cringe all through the room. You know what I'm saying? The black folk that was in there was cringing. The white folk was in there. They probably didn't want to make eye contact with the black folk that was sitting next to them because they know it like, oh, why did she do that? Like, and it just reminded me of these sometimes innocent white folk who will say outlandish stuff that don't need to be said. But this ain't just a white folk epidemic though, right? Because I got black folk that do this. I got black folk that you be like, oh man, like, yo, be cool now. Got some people coming over. We barbecuing. People coming over. Like, you know, don't get to talking too slick. And as soon as people get there, they just get to letting stuff fly. Innocent, funny, whatever you want to call it, but they get to letting stuff fly. And it be like, what? Like, you had to pull people to the side. Come on, man. Come out here. Walk out to the front with me. Because the people back there getting a little rambunctious. And it don't be meaning no harm, but it be like, oh, why y'all got to just let that fly with the child's filter saying stuff that don't need to be said? Like, you ain't got to say everything that you think is cool. And this is for y'all old folk. Like, stop trying to keep up with the young kids and what they saying and what they doing. You're making yourself look stupid, okay? Trying to keep up with these sayings, and you know, we all got them old folk in our family that's trying to keep up with this, that, or the other, and say something that's out of bounds to somebody that you was trying to welcome into your house that ain't normally there. Here comes somebody got to say something out of pocket. So this ain't a white folk racism thing. You know what I'm saying? We had this problem with black folk too. We have problems keeping our old black folk quiet when the time is crucial. So, I don't know. You tell me what you think. Do you think she should have been fired? Do you think she should have just been reprimanded? a little time off, little training, little hey, don't say this, don't say that, or this, that, and the other. What you think about this whole situation? Because I just know, like, when the whole thing was going down with Kyrie, I understood what he was attempting to do with his post, but I definitely didn't think he was supposed to be ousted outside of the NBA. And of course, he's back in the NBA, and I think she will work again. But it's just how things go. You know what I'm saying? All the players go through this. Like, you do something bad on one team, they're gonna have to cut you, and then another team will pick you up. Me personally, I mean, if I think a player is that valuable, I'm not cutting you. We just gonna have to work it out. And we saw that work out with Miguel Cabrera. He was getting all type of DUIs and trying to fight folks in the bars and saying all type of crazy stuff, fighting with his wife, and we kept him. And it worked out for us, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I don't in those kind of cases, I don't see no point in cutting somebody that important to the team to only let another team pick them up, because it's not like they're going to be ousted outside of the NFL or the NBA or whatever. Or like this lady is, I don't think she's going to be probably ousted outside of news anchoring, period. She's just probably going to have to go to a smaller role in a, smaller town and get a job. But I don't know how that works, because I ain't seen Paula Dean in a minute. I'm just saying. But this your boy P Cap. You tell me what you think, what you don't think. Get at your ball.